Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting episode of the Triple B Experience, 8 o'clock Friday night. I know a lot of people are probably going out and about, but you know what, though? I'm glad if you guys stop in and actually experience the Triple B Experience. And I just want to put it out there. We just had a show Wednesday night, the 50th double size issue anniversary of the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show, which I do is my Steeler format show. And I had my special guest, JT from Steelers Realm podcast. And I just wanted to thank JT and the Steelers Realm for coming on this past Wednesday. And we had an exciting talk about the Steelers, as we always do. And this week, I'm giving you guys what I got going on this week. I got a friend of the show, Rich Smoke. He's been on the show when we played Philadelphia Eagles. He's from Philly, and I told him if the Philadelphia Eagles get into the Super Bowl, he will be my guest Wednesday night in the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show, where we'll be talking the Super Bowl, and we'll sprinkle in some Steeler talk, and we will talk about the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. So that is next week's Steelers show. And also, I want to put out there that we will be recording my first interview of the year with good friends of mine, Donnie Fulmer and Chris Royce, otherwise known as Chris Coleman in the wrestling world. These guys are the former APWF Tag Team Champions. They were in my company, and they carried a belt and kicked ass and take names. They were called Team Tap Out. So I'm real happy that I'm going to bring these guys in. We're going to record it, and we're going to get it out. We're going to talk about how they got into wrestling, who their favorite wrestler is. We're going to have a fireside chat like no other, and we're going to see what they're doing now after the APWF is no longer, and they haven't tagged up in quite a long time. So if you guys know Donnie and Chris, please tune in when I put it out there as soon as we get it off the recording tables. But now let's talk about the pulp culture world and whatever, because it is what it is. It's crazy. And let me get into my Facebook, because last week at this time, it was crazy with a lot of questions. And I just got to go because I've not been doing too much. I haven't been caught up in any of my shows. Hey, Lou, thanks for tuning in. Shane Stodmiller, huge shout out to Shane Stodmiller. I believe at his house he's having a Triple B Experience watch party. I totally appreciate last week's with all the crazy, well, it wasn't crazy, but all the questions that his son's friends and his son had. I love it. They were so interacting last week. They made the show, and I truly appreciate it. And those kids know their pulp culture. They do. They asked me, hey, Benjamin, thanks for tuning in to the Triple B Experience, where we're talking pulp culture, wrestling, and all the stuff that I love. And let's get it on with some WWE talk. Last week was the Royal Rumble. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Royal Rumble, which is actually the first time where we get into WrestleMania season. And everybody and their brother is a wrestling fan right now during the Rumble and going into the wrestling season of WrestleMania. Hayden, thanks for tuning in. Hayden Stodmiller, thanks for tuning in and putting on that watch party at your house. You got to love it. So let's just say I watched the Rumble last week. It's on Peacock for $6, I believe. 711 subscriptions. You can get a Slurpee and a Slim Jim now at the Triple B Experience, because we're at 711. 711 subscribers. Thank you so much, Shane, putting out the word and helping me out. And thank you so much. Hey, Donnie Fulmer, thanks for tuning in, brother. It's going to be a great show next week when we record you guys in. Hey, the kids are playing. That's what it is, man. So, okay, let's go with the Royal Rumble. First thing that kicked off, which made me happy, was Pat McAfee showing up. And if you guys don't know Pat McAfee is the most exciting color commentating guy in the world of pro wrestling, in the world of college football, in his podcast. Pat McAfee's brand is like no other, and he is back into the WWE doing color. He just came in on the fly. They kept it a secret. Nobody knew about it because nowadays everybody knows everything, or they think they know everything, and that just wasn't the case. They kept it hush hush, and that's yes, WVU Pat. That's what Shane says. And also, hey, Big Matt, thanks for tuning in, brother. I appreciate it on a Friday night, guys. Hey, I look, off the beaten path here. Look, I appreciate you guys tuning in and taking your time to listen to me and actually interacting with his show. It means a lot to me. So the return of Pat McAfee, they started off the Royal Rumble with the guys. They started it off with the guys Royal Rumble, which, the main event was Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. This bloodline storyline is very, very good. Sami Zayn is a great actor, should get an Oscar nomination. I hopefully you guys look at that too. I think Sami Zayn is a superstar right now, and I do believe it's just going to get bigger. But anyway, let's get to the Rumble. The first contestant in the Rumble was Gunter, the IC champion, and this guy had a performance of a lifetime. He was the first one in. He broke the record of Rey Mysterio. He was the longest wrestler ever in a WWE Royal Rumble. He looks good. He looks good with that weight loss. He looks tough. He looks and has the pro wrestling mental and physical capabilities. And the WWE should push him to the moon. And that's, yes, Donnie, high praises for both of these guys. Gunter is I liked him as Walter. I'm not going to lie, guys. WWE changes the names and stuff like that, but he lost some weight. He looks good. His chops are stiff. He is a beast. And to do a Rumble like that and be in there over an hour was astronomical. And he broke Rey Mysterio's record. Rey Mysterio never even showed up because, he got hurt Friday night. So, it's just, Ray, God bless him, but he didn't even get to make it because he got hurt Friday night. So now you always expect in the Rumble, you always expect somebody coming out, like an old legend and a couple legends and stuff like that, or that. But this year, they did not use any NXT wrestlers. So I don't know if you guys knew that. I don't know. Who's favorite? What's your favorite? Tell me who your favorite is. So, well, what do I think about the WWE video games? I have a few of them. Hayden, and I can't play video games because I had 2 concussions and my depth perception is terrible and I get my ass beat all the time and I truly suck. I can't even play Madden anymore either. It's terrible. I'm an old man. You kids nowadays could probably kick my ass and it's terrible. But they brought Booker T in as the old nostalgic name. Booker T did his, he did his shake and he did the, whatever he had to do, and he didn't last long. Edge returned, with the Judgment. That's a storyline that's building up probably to WrestleMania. And the one person that I didn't think would actually come back in, and you kids probably know him. Some kids like him, some kids don't. But I was just getting ready to say his name, Donnie. You beat me to the punch. Logan Paul. Logan Paul made his appearance at the Royal Rumble 2023. And I hate to say this, Donnie, but he's training like no other. He's getting a lot of training from HBK down at NXT. He tore his leg at the Roman Reigns match, and he came back. I mean, he got booed. He's cocky. They like that, Donnie. They like that. His brand is like no other. He just had a deal with UFC with some sports energy drink. They're going to take that. Triple H is going to use that, Donnie. And I hate to say this, and I know it's going to upset you, but and they had that meetup when they had Logan Paul over here, get on the camera, over here, and then Ricochet on the other side, and then they went and crossbody blocked in the top of the ring. Now, that was a good spot. I couldn't do that if I was 300 pounds lighter. That means I was only 20 pounds going from one side to the next, then that really wouldn't do it for me. I understand. I understand, Donnie, but he's a marketing. He's got his podcast. He's a TikTok guy, whatever he is. Logan Paul has a great following, and that's why they're doing that. And he's been training like no other to come back from a torn ACL and actually do the stuff in the Rumble and take that spot up from other wrestlers that could have been in the Rumble. And it's a shame that one wrestler, AJ Styles, was not in the Rumble. That sucks. I like AJ, but I mean, that's how it was. So it wasn't really the big, huge, like, no CM Punk and no Rock. You know, everybody has thought, because The Rock said it took him a lot longer to get ready and train for if he had to get back into wrestling, and he doesn't have the time, which is really, really shitty, I think. So, yeah, it was a good spot. Yeah, so, but the last, because Logan Paul committed 29 and number 30 was Cody Rhodes coming back from his torn bicep, tricep, whatever the hell that was when he wrestled Seth Rollins, and it was the worst thing I've ever seen. He toughened it out, got his shit sliced, got repaired like robotic, $6 million man, went in, and you knew it was so Peck. Thank you, Donnie. It was so. It was just, it was coming. It was coming. You knew Gunter wasn't going to be the winner of, but even though he lasted long and he had a great showing, you knew it was going to Cody. So the thrill of the unexpected, you already knew what was going in. So Cody Rhodes is your 2023 Royal Rumble winner, and he's going to WrestleMania to face Roman Reigns in a two-studded night in Hollywood, where tickets, they sold, I think, 100,000 tickets already. And you would have to mortgage your fucking house to go to WrestleMania now. When I went, it was $50, and I sat in peanut heaven, and I saw Ric Flair's match, and I'm okay with that. I am not spending thousands of dollars to go an event. That's just like, yeah, I don't, yeah. They weren't going to do it because everybody knew Cody was going to do it. Everybody knew it. Hayden Stodmiller, he's great. Love Logan. I knew you'd huge in your generation. Yep. Did some shitty things, but turned it around. I agree. I mean, we all did some shitty things. I've done some shitty things. Hayden, he's got a great following, and they're going to use him, and he's going to probably be the future of the WWE if he still stays with it. If he still, and he gets humble and he gets training, he's going to be a superstar. I know Donnie doesn't want it to come, but it's a different time. And look what they did with Bad Bunny a couple years ago. And Bad Bunny went in and trained and got some great respect from the locker room. Even myself, he did a great job. And I never listened to a Bad Bunny song in my entire life. He was good in Bullet Train, getting his ass beat by Brad Pitt. How do I feel about One Direction? Well, you could go 7 directions. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm sure that's your music right there. I think maybe my stepdaughter has listened to it, but I really don't know. I think it's Imagine Dragons or something like that, or Puff the Magic Dragon or something like that. Yeah, like I'm an AC/DC rock and roll or Motorhead, Iron Maiden, Johnny Cash, Elvis Presley kind of guy, guys. That's with some Lionel Richie with some soul and James Brown. Yeah. Yeah, I have a potpourri of music, but the newer stuff doesn't sit well with me, and I don't like country unless it's Johnny Cash and a little Toby Keith to get patriotic. And then I like Toby because, he was, at TNA and he wrestled a little bit. Bill Zach, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience. So, like I said, Cody's going after Roman in Mania. Bianca Belair retains her Raw's Women's Championship over Alexa Bliss. And that match was the drizzling shits to me. And I like Bianca Belair. Alexa Bliss's storyline when they're doing this thing about the evilness and Bray Wyatt stuff. It's kooky and it's ooky. It's eerie and it's spooky. It's like the Addams Family. Like, it's terrible. I'm not a big fan of it, but I do like Bianca Belair. I appreciate ladies wrestling. There's a lot of good ladies wrestling out there. They just need to spotlight some of the other talent besides the Charlottes and the Baileys. Bailey's great as a heel. Charlotte is just the upper pinnacle of ladies wrestling in my eyes. I've always been a Charlotte Flair fan. You can't go wrong with Charlotte. So That match wasn't very good. It wasn't very long. And this other match, Bray Wyatt pinned LA Knight. Now, I like LA Knight when he was Eli Drake in Impact Wrestling. I liked him when he was in the National Wrestling Alliance. He cuts a good promo. He reminds me a little bit of Stone Cold without the experience of winning major championship belts because they can't get behind him. But he's been feuding against Bray Wyatt, and I don't know what The Undertaker said to him on that 30th anniversary of Monday Night Raw, but that match was lights out. It looked like a Nickelodeon splash-a-thon. Everything was green. I thought Bray Wyatt's mask was cool. Other than that, that was okay. He beat him, and then he went out of the ring, and then Uncle Howdy Doody come off the top, gave an elbow, and that was all you saw of LA Knight, unless he's coming on SmackDown tonight. I have no idea, but I do like LA Knight. I do like LA Knight. I like LA Knight too. I think he's great, and I think he can talk and he looks good, and he's like 37 or 38 years old. He's a 16-year vet, and he is I liked him when he, it wasn't for goddamn COVID coming on. The National Wrestling Alliance had some great stars, but when they weren't running, they all jumped ship. Ricky Starks, LA Knight, and other people. So why Shane? Oh, you don't think? Oh, you think Wyatt sucks? Woo! Okay. Hey, I love your opinions here. Okay, he got the it factor. Depends on the Fed. Yes, I totally agree. I did not like that lights out neon Mountain Dew code red, code blue, green match where they had all that shit on the color commentating, and it looked like slime on Nickelodeon. God awful, terrible. And I wasn't happy about that match at all because I think they were just focusing on, they were focusing on the Rumbles on both ladies and the men's and the main. So now Rhea Ripley in the Ladies Royal Rumble 2023, Rhea Ripley, $1 million and one time. Rhea Ripley had the greatest 3-day performance of professional wrestling that I ever seen. And then her visa messed her up, and she was the NXT champion. She was beating everybody's ass, and then the bottom fell out. So now Rhea Ripley entered number one. She entered number one, and then Liv Morgan came too. I'm not a big Morgan fan. I hate to say it. She just doesn't do it for me. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Yes, that match was sponsored by Pepsi. I like a root beer myself, and a root beer and 5 pieces of pizza at Bob's and a Wapaho for $11 at Bob's Pizza is still the best deal. And I haven't been eating that because I'm trying to watch what I eat, and I haven't had a goddamn blizzard since before Christmas, and it's terrible. But I just want to say I was down a little over 20. I'm trying to get down to 30 before I go back to the doctors. And like I said, I'm hitting the gym. And I know, Donnie, you hit the gym all the time, but I'm just trying, to do what I got to do. But yes. Sponsorship is the key. And I am not a big Pepsi guy. I do like Coke, and I like Captain and Coke. But all you kids out there, drink responsibly and be legal age of 21. Thank you very much. But actually, at the end there, Rhea Ripley eliminated Asuka and Liv Morgan. Asuka, did the green kabuki missed Rhea, hit Liv, and then that was it. And actually, Rhea Ripley had an injury where she has a knee injury. She suffered it in I believe high school sports. And she had to pop her knee back in during the fucking Rumble, which was crazy. Like, I know people that fucking sprain their pinky and they don't do nothing for weeks. Hey, Jeff Blystone, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience show. So she had to pop her knee back in. And really my choice for the Ladies Royal Rumble was Bayley. I like Bayley as a heel. I like that faction with Damage Control. I like, Sharia of the Sky. I mispronounced her name because I mispronounce every goddamn Japanese name known to mankind except for Bruce Lee, because goddamn it, Bruce Lee was the man. And I'm not a real Dakota Kai fan. I don't like that. I don't really. She's the weak link of the team. But Bayley being a heel, I thought she would like pull something out, because if Bayley fought anybody, that match that she fought Sasha Banks at NXT TakeOver in Brooklyn was phenomenal. One of the best ladies matches I've ever seen in my entire life. But Bayley did not but they brought in, well, the oldest name that they brought in, like Michelle McCool was sitting ringside, and all of a sudden she got the number, and Jason Reese from Extreme Podcast, how you doing? Dakota Kai I'm not a big Dakota Kai fan, brother. Yeah, I never was. She just doesn't have it for me. I think she's too petite. Yeah, that's just me. When she was wrestling, when she turned on Tegan Nox had something, but Tegan Nox is not where she needs to be. So they brought in Michelle McCool. She come in, kicked everybody's ass, did AJ's finisher, got a pop from the crowd. Hey, Cal, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience, Pulp Culture, and we're talking WWE Royal Rumble. So, and honestly, Chelsea Green got signed back to the WWE and lasted longer than a second. That's how long she lasted. The shortest entry into the Rumble in history. It was a sneeze, but you know what? She signed. She's in the WWE. People can bitch all they want, but you know what? When you're in higher up in the WWE, Matt Cordona's wife, she's there. And I don't know. I think they might be playing. I don't like her gimmick, Jason. And honestly, I've tried to talk to her to get her on the Experience show to do an interview. And I don't know if she was pulling my chain or whatever, but I tried. But now it won't ever happen because she's got a WWE contract. I tried. I throw Hail Marys out there. I'm Bradshawing it all the way, but that's just how it is. But yes, and then on the 30th entry, hi, Pastor Adams, how you doing? Thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience, and God bless you, dear. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. The 30th entry was Nia Jax. I think Nia Jax got a one and done. She came out, which I think they could have used somebody else besides Nia Jax. Nia is still a powerhouse. I don't think anybody got hurt, but they tossed her out like the way she needed to be tossed out. I do like Nia Jax. She's just a little bit stiff for a lot of people's taste. But look, she's tough. She's strong, and I just don't like her attire because they don't make her look as beautiful as she is. She's a very attractive lady. They just put that garbage pan stuff on her, the spandex, and it's god awful. That it's just her attire is terrible. And I know she's stiff. I mean, hey, I've been punched in the face too a couple times. So Nia Jax went out, and like I said, Rhea Ripley was your Royal Rumble ladies, winner. Going against, as of Monday night, she's cashing it in against Charlotte Flair at Mania, which I figured that was going to happen. And she's probably going to take the title. And we'll get into that when we get into Mania, and I'll have a whole bunch of Mania stuff because I'm going to be talking a lot of wrestling on this show. I know I am because I watch wrestling almost every day in the week, but sometimes it just bores the shit out of me sometimes. And I hate to say it, but it's true. I'm just giving you facts. But the main event was the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns, in the Universal Championship against Kevin Owens. It was a match, man. It was a match. But the thing about it, Roman beat Kevin Owens. Had nobody came, nobody helped him out. And then they all came down, and then they handcuffed Kevin Owens, and they just super kicked him in the face like 35 times. He looked like fucking Goofy on Walt Disney, coming out of a car, or Wile E. Coyote getting beat up by the Roadrunner. Like, it was bad. And, Roman gave the chair to Sammy, and Sammy was playing it because it was a Oscar. Oh, yeah. Kevin Owens is good. Kevin Owens is great. He doesn't look like he's got 6% body fat and, his 24-inch pythons, brother. No, he's a wrestler. He's always been good. He can cut a promo, and he's been doing this for many, many years. And yes, and like I said, Roman gave him the chair, Sami Zayn's. I tell you what, Sammy is like Tom Hanks, Robert De Niro, and who else? Some kind of, Al Pacino, all rolled in one, the way he's been acting with his storyline. And he smacks Roman right in the back, and they put the beating down on They put the beating down on Sami Zayn, and he was taken out of the bloodline. So we see WWE with long, drawn-out storylines come to an end to build a bigger storyline, to make Sami Zayn a bigger superstar than he is. I saw his Twitter. He had all the bloodline pictures and stuff hanging out by the dumpster in the trash. He got a new t-shirt coming out. Sami Zayn they already have his face at the Elimination Chamber on the 18th. He's on all the chairs. And Sami Zayn is going to be somewhere, probably the second night, facing Roman Reigns for the title. It's coming. They got to give it. I don't know. Roman Reigns is going to lose both titles at Mania. He's going to lose to Cody Rhodes because it's destiny, because he's the son of a plumber and he's the American Dream son. And if you don't like Dusty Rhodes, you shouldn't like professional wrestling, and you should never, ever, 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 ever watch professional wrestling, because Dusty Rhodes in the 70s and early 80s was one of a kind, and he was also one of the greatest talkers in the business. And Cody is going to do something that his dad never did, and he's going to become heavyweight champion in the WWE. Mark my words. Trisha Farmery Taylor, thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience. If you guys got some questions, about wrestling right now, this is the wrestling segment. Let them fly, brother. Let them fly. So, but Jey Uso did not take part in the beatdown of Sami Zayn and walked out. Now, where does that lead? The tag team champions, because Paul Lee was probably shitting bricks in his pants when he's cutting promos, because to get back to the Rumble, Brock Lesnar got taken out real quick. So Bobby Lashley and Lesnar's going to be a match at Mania. That's the way it's coming. That is the way it's coming. So we will have to see. But the Rumble, to me, was probably like, they say that Rumble was the greatest Rumble of them all. I don't think it was that case. I would probably give it a B, just a B, because of the Bianca match was not good, and the Bray Wyatt LA Knight match was not good. Those two matches, you got to have a good card to complete it to give me something that, I'm like, oh, wow, this is a great show. It's just my opinion. I just think maybe if they would have had AJ Styles, definitely if they had had The Rock in the Rumble, it would have blew the roof off, and they would have got a higher grade. And I don't think they would have did the Sami storyline as they did. I think they audibled and went with Sami because The Rock wasn't ready. A B plus. Oh, I give A for Gunner. I give everything a B due to that. Yes, Jason says the MVP of the Rumble was definitely Gunner. Yes, I do agree with that. And Gunner probably next year will be the champion. He will be the Rumble winner, and he will go in for a title and take it off of probably Cody Rhodes. Maybe. I don't know. It's a long way out. This is next year. So, yeah, Gunner did great. Gunner is there's not a bad Gunner match. Not at all. But anyway, to get to some AEW news, people at the Triple B Experience, AEW is going to be doing some house shows. I hope they come to the War Memorial or actually in the lovely Kowalczyk Center. That would be good. The Kowalczyk Center is a great place to have wrestling. I know WWE was there, and TNA and Hulkster and Sting were there. They could fit a good 4,000. There's a good population of wrestling fans in Indiana County, because I know it, because I helped build the damn thing here in Indiana County with professional wrestling, and I'm gonna toot my own horn. So, but yes, they're gonna do some house shows. Tony Khan wants to do some house shows, and I watched Dynamite this past week, and Samoa Joe beat Darby Allin for the TNT Championship. Look, I know Darby is a homegrown talent, but I just believe. Oh, okay. Favorite character in Breaking Bad? Jesse Pinkman. Bitches. Jesse Pinkman. Well, Jesse Pinkman and Saul Goodman. Got two. You got two. Better Call Saul is Breaking Bad's one of the greatest shows ever written, and Better Call Saul is just as good. Both shows. Hopefully you guys can watch them shows. That was good. But yeah, Samoa Joe beat Darby. I'm not a big Darby fan. I know he's homegrown. Samoa Joe beat him, and then Warlow come out. and that feud will be going strong. Jade Cargill went undefeated. They opened a match with Moxley, and I like Jade Cargill. She's a little rough around the edges. They're training her. I know Daniel Bryan's been training her. Brian Danielson, whatever, been training her, and hopefully she looks good. She can talk on a mic. They're doing this Goldberg push. I don't know what any female wrestler could beat her on there. I have no idea. Unless it's Paige. They give Paige something. Who knows? They turn Paige heel. Britt Baker's probably going to be a face. And Jamie Hayter is badass. So, and the Ruby hardcore match, Ruby and Willow against the Trey Conte, and that was just too bloody for me. I'm not into female hardcore matches. I'm just not. I mean, they're all bloody. Why do you want to get your face all bloody and be just all that? Because no. But that's just my opinion, and that's what this show's about. My experiences and my opinions, and trying to get you guys the best stuff out there. So yeah, I mean, and also too, I want to say, why does every wedding angle turn into some? It's a joke. And we know it's a joke because I watched the NWA Power on YouTube because I liked NWA Power before COVID. I watched it and they did a wedding angle and it was terrible. It was god awful, and they ended the show with that, and it was terrible, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Didn't like it. Did not like it. And I like to watch other types of wrestling too, so I'm not going to deny it. And I'm sure there'll be a lot of stuff coming in from WWE because it's Mania and the matches, and we'll do a Mania show. I'll do some predictions and maybe get some people on to come on and give me their predictions and stuff like that. So I want to get Double D Todd DeFazio on there. We used to do a show called the Triple B and Double D Heavyweight Podcast Show where we used to do pro wrestling predictions, and I want to get Todd on maybe WrestleMania to give some, and I'll bring anybody on I can. It's a new show with new experiences. But anyway, let's get we're going to be out of the wrestling talk. I appreciate you guys for sticking around because now we're going to talk about James Gunn. Now, if everybody knows, James Gunn had a major announcement in the DC universe. He's finishing up Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is going to be a tearjerker, and I know you better bring your tissues because there's going to be major characters not getting out alive in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. And I believe it's going to be Dave Bautista as Drax because he says he's never, ever going to do Drax again, no matter how much money, because he's done 7 MCU movies with Drax, and the character can go no further. And he's not coming back. He stated that, I think, on Jimmy Kimmel or one of these talk shows, which I don't watch anything anymore unless it's Johnny Carson. So, but if I see it, I will put it out here and let you guys know. So I believe Rocket Raccoon will be gone. But anyway, James Gunn had about a 6 to 8 minute announcement this week about the first phase of the DCU universe called Gods and Monsters. That is their that's right, Drax the Destroyer. He makes a great Batista does a great Drax. I believe Dave Bautista and The Rock and John Cena, Dave Bautista has the better acting range. People think I'm crazy. I do like The Rock, and now I'm a Cena fan when it comes to the Peacemaker, because the Peacemaker is going to be in this DCU universe because James Gunn said he's so busy doing this, he can't get season 2 in for the Peacemaker. It's coming. Don't know when, though. That was as of this week, too. But James Gunn, okay, and his partner Peter Safran are running now DCU. They've canceled some stuff. They canceled Titans I was upset with. You're right. I'm the same way. I hated them till, yes, because I got forced down with, and I know a lot of people, and I like John Cena for his charitable Make-A-Wish Foundation stuff. When I told him that, when I met him years ago, I shook his hand. I said, hey, that's awesome that you do the stuff for the kids and that you support the military. Keep that up. But his wrestling. But now, hey, I'm okay with him. You know what I mean? He's the Peacemaker. If he come out in the Peacemaker uniform and wrestled at WrestleMania, that'd be awesome, I think. But Gunn had all this announcement. He announced the movie Superman Legacy. Don't have an actor. He just announced it. It will be out in 2025, I believe. So we will see who the new actor will be. I guess they didn't have Henry Cavill signed as Superman from what I've read in other places. So I don't know. And I also seen that I believe he pinky swore to The Rock that the Black Adam could still be in the DCU universe now. It's a pinky swear. I don't know. Maybe him and The Rock patched it up. Maybe The Rock gave him a rock bottom. I don't know. But the second movie here is Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, based on a comic book where um, everybody dies and stuff. And so I can't give you a lot of synopsis of Supergirl because I'm telling you guys right now, at the bottom of my heart, I've got some DC stuff in my collection, but I don't have a lot. I don't know a lot of DC. I'm not very knowledgeable in the DC universe, so I'll take one on the chin. So, but actually, the other movie that they're going to do that they've had like several movies is he's introducing another movie, Swamp Thing. I don't know. I like the Man Thing in Werewolf by Night by MCU. I don't know if the Swamp, like they did it, like they redid it in the 80s with Adrienne Barbeau. I'm name dropping. I tried to get her as an interview, and I'm going to try again because she's coming to Steel City Con. So I'm going to try. I'm going to start throwing Hail Marys out there because if they come on the show, God bless America. And if I can get big names, if I can get any, I don't care. I don't care. It's all about whatever. It's all about the experiences. But actually, now this movie is called The Authority, which is a superhero team from the Wild Side comics. And the only Wild Side comics that I enjoyed was Wildcats. Now, if they made a Jim Lee Wildcats movie, that would probably be pretty good, but they base it on a lot of the superhero teams, and every superhero team in DC just reminds you of a cheap version of the Justice League. So I don't know. So they have every character is like a character from the Justice League, just mirrored in different. They got their Batman and Superman and Wonder Woman. I don't know. I don't have any comic books in my whole collection of The Authority, but that is going to be a movie because James Gunn gets these obscure characters and he's going to make something out of them like he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. But I knew all about the Guardians of the Galaxy because I collected the Guardians of the Galaxy comic book. So I already knew that going in. So they have a new Batman movie. The Batman movie was going to be featuring his son, Damian Wayne, and it's going to be called The Brave and the Bold, which is an old comic book in the DC, which they had the DC Brave and Bold comic books. I don't know who's going to be playing Batman. I don't know who's going to be playing Robin, Damian Wayne. I don't know. And we'll have to see. Probably somebody young. Probably somebody from Cobra Kai. Who knows? That could happen. So on the TV part of it, they got Booster Gold. He's a futuristic character. I don't know much about him, but hopefully they get the right part to play. If they got Nathan Fillion, but they're not. So goes cartoon. Good cartoon. What's a good cartoon? Booster Gold or The Brave and the Bold? The Brave and the Bold? Because DC's got they're better at animation than Marvel. Shane, I always thought that. They have a ton of Batman stuff on HBO Max. Now this is going to be an animation. It's called Commandos Creature Commandos. It's like it's like a monster thing. It's going to be an animated show. And James Gunn did say in his announcement, if they have any animation, the people that do the live acting will be the voices in animation. That's how they're doing that. Brave and Bold. Oh, okay. I've never seen a Brave and Bold cartoon. I remember the Batman cartoon. Well, I used to watch the Batman cartoon when I was a kid with the Super Friends, and then the Batman that had Kevin Conroy, that Batman after school. And it was like based in the '60s. It was a little darker. That's the classic. That's a great Batman animated stuff. Sorry, I talk a million miles a minute. I'm parched. So they also have a Wonder Woman prequel where they go back to the Amazons, the island before she became Wonder Woman, I'm guessing. It's probably got some Xena Princess Warrior and some Game of Thrones kind of shit, probably. And I believe all this stuff is going to be on HBO Max. And they have Waller. Now, Waller was in charge of the Suicide Squad, so that's where you're going to see the Peacemaker making a cameo appearance, and those characters from Peacemaker and Suicide Squad making that in on the HBO Max. I really don't like the Waller character. I don't like. I don't like. I don't like. I just. She's just a bitch. I just don't like her. I don't like her. I never liked her in the comic books. So she's just cunning and evil and just does stuff that's just you think she's supposed to be good, but she's not. So that's another TV show for HBO Max. Now they are doing a Lanterns TV show on HBO Max where you got Hal Jordan and Jonathan Stewart, two Green Lanterns in space, and it's supposed to be like True Detective. Yeah, a good cop, bad cop, and they got some stuff that's probably tied in with the Waller. Boo. Okay, yeah. So that I'm not a big. I mean, Ryan Reynolds at Green Lantern. That was a shitty ass movie anyway. Could have been so much better. But I know Green Lantern. A lot of people like the Green Lanterns. They like the Green Lanterns comic books. They want to see a good Lantern, which everybody does. I want to see good stuff, as good as to close as the comic book as they can. I mean, who wouldn't? You know what I mean? So if you guys have any questions, what I think would be good in the DCU universe right now, I have no idea. Maybe the Brave and Bold. I'll go with the Brave and Bold. Supergirl, I don't know. And the Authority, I think, is probably the third generation of the Watchmen, because I only know of Wildcats, and if they had done Wildcats, that the Grifter would have been great. I would appreciated that. Maybe they will bring that into live action soon very well. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, that's my take. And I don't know. I mean, I watch everything, but I don't know how I can watch everything because I'm not caught up on anything now as it is anyway. I haven't watched The Last of Us. I haven't done any of that, people. So, I'm just trying to give my opinions out on this and trying to give you guys some stuff that I enjoy. But I haven't been able to. I'm behind on Bad Batch, and I haven't it's football and it's been wrestling for me lately, so I have to change that up. But anyway, let's go to some MCU stuff. Like I've been reading a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm ready. Definitely I'm ready for Ant-Man. Ant-Man is going to be, bring your tissues for that one too. I have a funny feeling something tragic is going to happen at the end of Ant-Man. It's going to kickstart the next phase of the MCU. Jonathan Majors as Kang is going to be phenomenal. He's going to be playing many different roles. I've read and heard some speculation that the variation of the Beyonder is going to be from Kang. He's going to be a variant. The Beyonder is going to be a version of Kang. It wasn't like that in the comic books. You're going to see Molecule Man eventually, and the Fantastic Four is coming. I just don't know when. I don't know when Blade's coming, because somebody asked me the other day, is Blade? No, Blade has not even started production yet, and they're behind. So I don't know. Maybe Blade can be popping in on some shows. Definitely would be great. Now, I know Secret Invasion is coming. It's going to be here very, very soon. And the actress Chloe Bennett from the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you guys watch the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I did. I got all the seasons done. I thought the last couple of seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was good, from Ghost Rider up to season 7. When they went back in time, I thought that was cool. And hopefully they make the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. canon to the MCU universe. That is the only thing that they are missing out of the MCU universe, is the canon of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and maybe Cloak and Dagger and maybe the Runaways. So they incorporate all that, then we're good. So there's speculation that she will come back to play Quake and join the Disney Plus show of Secret Invasion. And honestly, maybe the debut of Nick Fury's team, the Secret Warriors, will come into effect and will be on Disney Plus. So that will be something that the Secret Invasion will show, because it's going to be somebody out there in the MCU that we thought was somebody is not going to be who they thought. So, and it's going to be a different variation of the super team. probably James Rhodes as War Machine, and maybe Quake, and who knows, maybe Monica Rambeau. We will see. But I believe the Secret Warriors will be coming in Secret Invasion. And Samuel Jackson kicks ass and takes names anyway. So, I mean, this is Samuel Jackson's, this is his moment. This is his Nick Fury moment right here. So, but anyway, I know the Thunderbolts, and if anybody's out there that's interested in the Thunderbolts, the comic book version is really, really good. If you read it when Baron Zemo was Citizen V, when they masqueraded as superheroes, and that's phenomenal. And even Hawkeye himself was a team leader, and Luke Cage was a team leader of the Thunderbolts. There's been different variations of the Thunderbolts in the comic books where they had the Punisher and the Red Hulk and Deadpool. So, and Electros. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on and on. So, but now, the Ghost character was in the Thunderbolts. Most of the Thunderbolts was all super soldier serum-ish, Black Widow stuff, spies, whatever. That's not how it was in the Thunderbolts comic book. But in this movie, I believe, and it's a sequel to the Black Widow. But they annexed the character Ghost. I don't know who they're going to put in. It's probably, it could be anybody. Maybe for you people listening, maybe if you know who the Thunderbolts are, maybe Songbird will make her appearance in the MCU. Maybe. I'm not sure. And the Red Hulk, I believe, will be the villain with Sentry. Now, if Sentry shows up, he's going to be he's on a Hulk level. And you got to get your Wikipedia to know who the Sentry is. And when that comes out, I would be more than happy to tell you about the Sentry and everything about anything that I possibly could talk about the MCU. So if you have any questions, people, give them to me here. You're on the Triple B Experience live Friday night. So, I mean, it's just the way it is. But also, too, to some more MCU news, John Berthenol could return as Frank Castle. And hallelujah, John Berthenol as Frank Castle is so good. If you guys haven't watched The Punisher Season 1 and 2 and Season 2 of Daredevil, I don't know what you're missing. John Berthenol is a great actor. Now, the reason why I'm saying that John Berthenol will return in the Daredevil series probably pretty soon because his American Gigolo TV show on Showtime got canceled. That's right, the Secret Warriors, Shane. It's a secret organization of superheroes based by Nick Fury formed it. Yeah. So you'll probably see that in the Secret Invasion, like I said. So I never watched American Gigolo. That was a movie by Richard Gere, being a male prostitute, making money and, hanging out with the ladies and making cash. So, but Daredevil will drop in the spring of 2024. They're filming it here pretty soon, I think the end of February. Fight scene with John Pilgrim was great. Right on. Now, also, too, I liked Ryan Gosling in the Netflix when he faced off against Chris Evans, and that movie escapes me. If anybody could say it, would be great. They're going to make a sequel to it, but Ryan Gosling is rumored to play the Silver Surfer. And if he does do the Silver Surfer, he's going to go to Disney Plus. They're going to put that as a presentation and then incorporate it into the movies, probably. Bubba at Woofie's since Circular 98. Well, I used to go to Woofie's and sit, and when Chris Kertucci used to play, let me clear my throat. Yeah, ridiculous. I hated that. I hated toilet paper getting thrown at me. And when I was there tonight, that the toilet paper caught on fire, and I had to put it out with my stomp it out, and also. Actually, and I will say this, Shane, I'm getting off the beaten path of MCU, but you're jogging my memory here. I remember the time that I got into a fight with a guy. He said he was going to claw my eyes out, and God damn it, he clawed my eyes out. And if it wasn't for Jeff Booth saving me and Eric Booterball, it was not good. I mean, I threw him off me, and he said he was going to claw my eyes out. I couldn't fight my way out of a paper bag, and Booth was in the alley of Coney. Booth had some guy with a Penn's hockey jersey up over his head. And Boothie is just beating the shit out of him. And I couldn't see. I couldn't see. I was like, I can't see. So when we were walking away before woo, we got out of there. And all I remember was fucking Scott Cephas and them guys got in a car. They drove by on Main Street and they were laughing at us. So I mean, I got my ass beat because I went to Rose Inn. I worked at the Rose Inn, and that guy came in for a 6-pack. I'm like, hey, dude, I look, you kicked my ass. Hey, I'm not invincible here. He said he's going to claw my eyes out. I at that time I was not I could wrestle around with Jeff Stump and wrestle around and talk, but my fighting now I could box a little bit. I box at Watkins Boxing. I'm going to get Brandon on the show to do a quick to do an interview about Watkins Boxing and also about the Golden Gloves. We're going to get him on. Hey, cousin Scott from Florida, how you doing? Thanks for tuning into the Triple B Experience. Now I'm going to get off that beaten path of back in my younger days when I was a hellion. Now I'm reformed. Experiences, guys, teach you better ways of life. It's Friday night. Friday night, 30 years ago, I'd be getting drunk right now. Skirt chasing and drinking. 30 years ago. 30, not 30. Up to probably my in my 40s. Yeah, before Tammy. Before I got it happens. I don't know. I like to party back in the day, man. I like to party. But kids, if you party, make sure you are responsible and you are the legal age. That's all I know. So that's what I'm saying. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. Got any questions before I roll out of here? I just want to give it. I want to thank Shane Stodmiller for having the watch party at his house. His son Hayden and all their buddies and stuff. I appreciate it. Civilized. I try to be civilized, Shane. I try. I really try. Hey, Larry. I watched Boothie almost get it. Oh yeah. Yeah, Boothie. But I tell you what, man, he's like I didn't call him Wolverine for nothing. Yeah, he's got some temperament. Yeah. I love him though. I've been friends with Booth since the first grade. And I just want to say that the friends that I have that I went to school with, and I could name them all, I'm still friends with all my friends today. I am. I mean, back in the day, it was me, Booth, Booterball, Robbie Mears. Rob's in Colorado. God bless his soul. I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, yeah. And the older I get, I just want to hang out with friends, and I do like to reminisce, and I can reminisce on here, as long as I don't, come back to haunt me. But yeah, I mean, I just told you a story. I got my ass beat. I might have been a big kid, but I wasn't a fighter. And when I got in a wrestling business, that taught me something, but also taught me just because I'm a big dude doesn't mean I have to, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't like, definitely if someone's going to grab a woman, they're going to get their ass beat. Just saying. I don't believe in that, but yeah. So yeah. I'm glad the kids dig it. Friday night, man. It's better than SmackDown. Well, they make a lot more money than me. They make a lot more money. But look, I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And if you haven't hit like and subscribe on my YouTube channel called The Triple B Experience, I have 2 shows where this show here is The Triple B Experience. I talk pulp culture. I talk MCU stuff I like and family trait. Yeah, us Brewers are kind of crazy. Yeah, you're right, cousin Scott. I hope everything's going good for you. I see you training like a mother, dude. God bless you. I'm trying too. I just got to eat right. But and then Shane says we have 700 days gone by. Stuff happens. Oh, it's okay, Larry. I appreciate you tuning in anyway. And I usually have replays, and I know everybody's busy, but I do appreciate everybody for tuning in for stuff. And I just come up with these topics so I can try to make it interesting. I go back and listen to it. Doing podcasting is not as easy as people think, especially by myself talking for almost a whole hour. I haven't shut up, so I'm good at that. But honestly, I just appreciate it. Shane says 7-Eleven. We got cherry Slurpees coming at the 7-Eleven subscribers to the Triple B Experience, and also on Spotify. Yes. Hey, special field correspondent Shane is right on. This guy, when I make it big, When I make it big, yeah, you're going to have a seat at the table. But I'm not the tribal chief. I'm not in any tribes at all. But yeah, we're on Spotify if you want to download it so you don't have to see my pretty face. But also, too, you can hit subscribe on the YouTube channel. You can watch it on Facebook Live, which most people do. We have a good following on Facebook, and I do appreciate the people jumping on and giving me some questions. And I know the kids there at Shane's watch party come up with some good questions. I know next week it'll probably be somebody else. It'll probably who's better, Justin Timberlake or Justin Bieber. That will be, hey, Bill, how you doing? Yeah, yes, promotion to producer. Yeah, I need one. But yeah, I mean, I promote it all the time. I appreciate it. I do social media, and I just try to get it out there. The show here is like the stuff that I love, and the other show is about the team that I love, the Pittsburgh Steelers. And like I said, next Wednesday, the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show will be inviting a friend of the show, Rich Smoke from Philadelphia. His Eagles are in the Super Bowl, and we're going to have a great show. We're going to talk Super Bowl, his Eagles against Kansas City, and I'm going to put in some Steelers stuff, and we're going to have a great show at 8 o'clock Wednesday night. Hopefully you guys can tune in. All you Steeler fans out there on my social media, hit like, subscribe, come on, jump in, chime in, give me some Steeler questions. Steelers are the greatest thing in the world to me. I love doing it. I know I take a lot of heat on social media, but it's just my opinion, and I'm just going with that. But anyway, also, too, next week we're going to do the interview with Donnie Fulmer, who come on tonight, and had some nice comments. Donnie Fulmer and Chris Royce, the team of Team Tap Out. I'm going to have a fireside chat with those guys. We're going to record it, and then I'm going to put it out for everybody to see, and I can't wait to do that. And we'll be promoting it during the week. And also, I'll be back Friday for another episode of the Triple B Experience. So if you haven't got on the train, please do, because it's not going to be derailed anytime soon. And hopefully I got some, thank you. Thanks, Larry. Thank you. I appreciate it. God bless you. Thanks. Shane, thumbs up, brother. And I just get you guys out of here. And I appreciate it. I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it out. That's what I'm going to be. So thank you guys for tuning in to the Triple B Experience. Episode 2. I got more stuff coming. I'm going to try to get do some more interviews, and I'm just going to try to be as entertaining as I can be, and we'll see where it goes from there. It's like a little engine it could, and I think I'm a big engine, so it takes me a while to get up over the hill. So, okay, everybody. I love everybody for tuning in. I truly appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. God bless you guys. Have a great weekend, and stay safe, and I'll see you guys Wednesday night for the Triple B Black and Gold Dynasty show. See you guys. Have a great